Hello friends, today I will discuss the numerical problem on the circle diagram of three-phase induction motor. So the given problem is like this. Draw the circle diagram from no load and short circuit test of a three-phase induction motor 14.92 kilowatts 400 volts 6 pole induction motor with the following test data, and the test data is from line to line values. No load test data is 400 volts 11 amperes, power factor is 0.2. Short circuit test is 100 volts 25 amperes, power factor is 0.4. And rotor copper loss is at standstill is half the total copper loss. From the diagram, find the line current, slip, efficiency, power factor at full load, maximum torque. So to get these values, so here the following steps are to be followed. First of all, we should know what is the no load power factor and what is the no load current. Next, power factor corresponding to the short circuit test and the short circuit current when the normal voltage is applied to the motor, then the copper loss when the normal voltage is applied to the motor, that is WSN. The third step is assume the current scale 1 centimeter is equal to 5 amperes. Then fourth step is find the power scale from circle diagram. Next, draw the full load output power line using the power scale obtained in the fourth step. So let us calculate first what is phi naught, what is I naught, phi SC, ISN, WSN. From no load test, so we know power factor is 0.2. From this we can calculate no load power factor angle is 78.46 degrees. And the no load current given is 11 amperes and no load voltage given is 400 volts. From the short circuit test, short circuit power factor is given as 0.4, and from this we can calculate the power factor phi SC is equal to 66.42 degrees. And we know that in a short circuit test, when 100 volt supply is given, the short circuit current is 25 amperes. Suppose 400 volts is applied to the short circuit test, then the current that flows in the under short circuit condition, we call that as ISN, and we can calculate as ISC divided by 400 into ISC divided by VSC into 400, that is VL. So we get 25 into 400 divided by 100. Once we simplify this, we get 100 amperes. So then, having known this under this 400 volts supply application, then now we can calculate what is the copper loss when the normal voltage is applied under short circuit conditions, that is WSN is given by root 3 VL ISN into cos phi SC. Phi SC or cos phi SC is already available in the data. ISN just now we calculated, and we know VL, that is also given. So now we can calculate the power loss under short circuit condition is nothing but root 3 into 400 into 100 into 0.4. Then we get 27,712.81 watts. So then Having chosen the current scale as 1 centimeter is equal to 5 amperes, and we know the no load current is 11 amperes, so now we can find out the length of the no load current on the graph as 11 by 5, that is equal to 2.2 centimeters, and that should be drawn at an angle of 78.5 degrees with respect to the voltage axis, that is y axis. Similarly, we know ISN just now calculated, that is 100 amperes. So to draw this line on the circle diagram, so the length of this short circuit current under normal voltage is given by 100 by 5. This 5 is nothing but current scale, so we get 100 by 5 means 20 centimeters, and this line should be drawn from O, that is from origin, at an angle of 66.4 degrees with respect to the voltage axis or y axis. To decide the power scale for this problem, first of all, let me explain the construction of the circle diagram with magnified diagram, and then I will also show the actual diagram as per the scale. So let me consider first the diagram which is amplified. To draw the circle diagram is like this. This is the procedure. First, draw the x-axis line, y-axis line like this. This is y-axis, and which represents the voltage parameter, and here the joining point of x and y is nothing but origin O. Then first draw the no load current, that is equal to OO dash at an angle of phi naught like this. This is OO dash, which represents I naught, and the angle, no load angle, is phi naught like this. Then draw a parallel line to the x-axis from O dash like this. Then draw the short circuit current corresponding to the normal applied voltage at an angle of phi SC with respect to the voltage axis like this. This is from O to A represents the ISN, that is short circuit current when the normal voltage is applied. Then join the O dash and A by a line like this, and this line indicates output line. Now bisect this O dash A so that it cuts the O dash to this B line, which is parallel to the x-axis, and it cuts at a point called C like this. Now with O dash and C as radius and with C as center, draw a semicircle like this. Then draw a parallel line from point A to the y-axis so that it cuts the x-axis at point D like this. Similarly, O dash B at a point called F, and then divide the A and F in the ratio of rotor copper loss to the stator copper loss. In the present situation, the rotor copper loss is half the total copper loss, means AF by 2 is the point, that is nothing but E is the point, And from E, draw a line joining to the point O dash. This O dash and E we call as torque line. Now measure the distance from A to D, that indicates WSN, means that is the loss, power loss when normal voltage is applied under short circuit conditions. So we use this distance to decide the power scale of the circle diagram. So in the present case, when we measure the distance between A and D, it is coming as 8 centimeters. And also we know WSN is 27,712.81 watts. So dividing this WSN by a length LAD, we get the power scale for this circle diagram, that is 27,712.81 divided by 8, then we get 3464.1012 watts per centimeter. And in the problem it is given that the full load output is 14.92 kilowatts and we know the power scale. So we can fix the distance or the length of the power output on the diagram as 14.92 into 10 cube divided by 3464.10. So we get 4.3 centimeters as the length of the full load output of the motor. So that is, from here we draw a line whose length is 4.2 centimeters. So that represents the full load output of the motor. So from A dash, draw a parallel line to the output line, that is to this red line, so that it cuts the semicircle at point D like this. It's not D, it is P. Now draw a line from O to P like this, and this line OP represents the full load line current, and the angle between voltage axis, that is Y axis, and this OP represents the full load power factor angle. Now draw a parallel line and tangent to the semicircle to the torque line. This is the torque line and this is the parallel line to the torque and tangent to the semicircle, that is the point is here J. And from J, draw a parallel line to the Y axis so that it cuts the torque line at point K. Then this JK represents maximum torque. Now draw a parallel line from point P to the Y axis so that it cuts the output line at Q and torque line at R and O dash B at point S and X axis at point T. That is, Q lies on the output line, R lies on the torque line, S lies on the O dash B line, T lies on OX. So if you take the exact measurements, then we get the circuit diagram like this. If you want to know the maximum power from this motor, in that case a tangent should be drawn to the semicircle and parallel to the output line. Then from that point, the tangent point, if you draw the a parallel line to the y-axis and it will curve the output line, and the distance from the tangent point to the output line point represents the maximum power developed in the motor. Because that is not asked, so that point is not shown in this diagram. So after drawing the circle diagram and after measuring the distance from O to P, which represents the full load line current, we apply the current scale for that, then we get the first answer, that is full load line current, that is equal to 6.55 centimeters into 5 amperes per centimeter. So we get 32.75 amperes as the full load line current for this motor. And the full load power factor angle, that is between voltage vector, that is y-axis, and the OP, we are getting as 34 degrees. So once we take the cos of that, then we get the full load power factor, that is equal to cos 34 degrees, that is 0.83 lagging. So this is the fourth answer. Coming to the slip, from the circle diagram, we get S is equal to QR divided by PR. So that is nothing but here we are getting 0.3 centimeters as the QR, and PR distance we are getting 4.6 centimeters. So once we take the ratio of these two, so then we get 0.065, that is 6.5% as the slip. Coming to the efficiency of this motor is nothing but output by input, that is equal to PQ divided by PT, that is PQ divided by PT. This PQ means P to Q. Q is a line, a point on the output line, whereas PT represents the input to the motor and PQ represents the output. Output by input is nothing but efficiency of the motor. So PQ length is coming as 4.4 centimeters, whereas PT coming 5.45 centimeters. So we get 80.73% as the efficiency of the motor. So let me summarize the answers for this problem. So we found the full load line current, that is OP, and similarly the full load power factor angle, that is the angle between OP and y-axis, that is phi FL. Cos of that is giving the full load power factor, that is obtained. Next, we also obtained the slip, that is equal to PQ divided by PT. We obtained slip, that is slip is nothing but ratio of QR divided by PR, so which is equal to 6.5%. And similarly we found that the efficiency of the motor is given by PQ divided by PT, so which is coming around 80.73%. And we obtained the full load power factor as cos 34 degrees, that is 0.83 lagging, and full load line current is 32.75 amperes. So coming to the maximum torque, that is JK, its length is obtained at 7.7 centimeters, and torque can be expressed in terms of the synchronous watts. So we take the power scale for obtaining the torque in terms of synchronous watts. So we know the power scale is 3464.1012 watts per centimeters. So here for 7.7 centimeters we get here 26,000 673.57 synchronous watts. This is the maximum torque obtained in this problem.